thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen QueenAShakur show. Also, thanks to those of you on the QueenAShakur TV show. I'm your host, QueenAShakur, and this is your Sunday Vitamins. So let's get into it. So there is a shocking story out of Augusta, Georgia, Richmond County. Now, I have told you all time and time again that many a nefarious thing that I report on happens in Georgia and Florida and Texas. So this happened on Tuesday at 10:30 p.m. Now, they say there were 5 thugs arrested because they had abducted this woman and held her captive in this raggedy house that looks like a whole shack. You know, they had her in there. They don't know how long she'd been there thus far, but had her captive in this house, holding her as a slave. So let's get into it. And so they say this happened when this was discovered when deputies on Tuesday, right before 10:30 p.m., responded to the Sprint gas station on Peach Orchard Road in Hephzibah for a domestic violence incident. Now, a man told deputies that he saw a black 20-year-old woman naked, beaten severely, and locked in a dog cage at a home on the 2200 block of Nellie Drive, where she had asked him for help. And so Powell, who's one of the culprits who had this woman captive, this is a female culprit, she allegedly had told the man that the woman stole a bunch of stuff from her. Yeah, this is what she said. Yeah, she stole a bunch of stuff from me, so she's going to be my slave, and I'm going to pimp her out until she pays it all off. This is what she said. This is what she told the man. And the man is obviously one of the neighbors. So the man told the deputies that he believed that there was multiple people that were headed to the home to grape the victim, and that 2 of the people inside the home were in fact armed. So when the deputies got there, they found an empty dog cage along with human and animal feces in different rooms. How disgusting. It's the nefariousness of it all for me. Having a person in these type of conditions because they stole something from you, really? They say the victim was found injured and emotionally distraught with multiple injuries to her face, according to the report. This is all so crazy. Let me pull up I'm going to share my screen and show you all the news report so you all can see these thugs for yourselves. And be sure to like and share this video, beloveds. Make sure you like and share the video. It's very important. You know they have the Queen Shadow Band. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr._A_Shakur and on Twitter at DGoddess27, on TikTok at Dr. A Shakur. Be sure also to subscribe to the website, QueenAmadashakur.com. Okay, so that you can be added to my email list in case anything happens to either of my channels. Okay, here we go.
Roaches in the kitchen, rats in the hall, bedbugs in the bedroom,
and there's fleas on your dog.
spiders in the corner, termites in the wall, ants in your yard, give Mountaineer a call.
For a limited time, get Mountaineer Elite Service starting at only $59 a month.
Put 'em on the go.
More about those 5 people arrested after a woman was found locked inside a dog cage last night. Deputies with the Richmond County Sheriff's Office say she was found inside a mobile home on Nellie Drive. That's near Peach Orchard Road. Authorities have now identified the suspects as Angelica Figueroa, Dawson Weston, DeMichael Dawson, Savannah Piazzi, and Shauna Powell. Their ages ranging from 18 to 29 years old. Will Rio here in the studio now with a deeper look at what they're charged with in this case and their previous run-ins with the law.
Well, I've been digging into this case all day, including talking with neighbors and people who knew the suspects. We found that 3 of the suspects had previous cases in Richmond County. Neighbors say that this isn't the first time cops have been called to that house, and they say that they're relieved these suspects are behind bars.
On the 2200 block of Nellie Drive in Augusta, neighbors were able to confirm that this was the home these 5 suspects were arrested on November 29th. Shauna Powell, Angelica Figueroa, DeMichael Dawson, Savannah Piazzi, and Dawson Weston are charged with kidnapping, false imprisonment, aggravated assault, and a weapons charge.
I'm glad that I can bring my daughter outside and not have to worry about gunshots going off or anything like that.
Neighbors say this isn't the first time deputies have been called to the home. It's also not the first time we've heard the last name of one of the suspects arrested. Court documents confirm Angelica Figueroa is married to Carlos Figueroa. Carlos is currently awaiting trial in Richmond County after being charged with the murder of Alan Newsome back in March on Ulm Road. We looked into previous cases for every suspect involved and found charges against more than half of them. Shauna Powell has 2 simple battery family violence charges from 2018 and 2019, a terroristic threats charge from 2021, and operating an unauthorized vehicle with blue lights from 2022. Angelica Figueroa has a simple battery family violence charge from 2019. DeMichael Dawson has arson, burglary, and giving false statements to law enforcement from 2017 and theft by receiving stolen property in 2021. As for Savannah Piazzi and Dawson Weston, neither of them have previous cases against them.
We've been dealing with this for like months now. I'm glad they're in jail because we don't have to deal with it anymore.
And we have reached out to the Richmond County Sheriff's Office and the Augusta 911 Dispatch Center to see just how many times deputies have been called to this address. We'll keep you updated as we learn more with this case. Richard.
Certainly a shocking case. Will, thanks for the update on it.
Okay, now isn't that something? Isn't that something? Let's take a look at these thugs again and go over their ages. Now, this is Savannah Piazzi. Savannah is 18 years old. Okay. Now, here's the thing that gets me. They had the nerve to say that she stole something from them. Said she stole a bunch of stuff. This is the one that said that. Shauna Powell. She's the one that told the neighbor that the woman stole a bunch of stuff from her. And so she was going to hold her as her slave until she paid it all back. And she was going to pimp her out and all that. Now, Shauna's 32 years old. And what I find so interesting is that she said the woman stole a bunch of stuff from her. What could she have stolen? Did you all see that shack that they were staying in? Did you all see the yard? I mean, it looks like a whole trailer park. So what did y'all have a value that anybody would want to steal in the first place? That's just probably just an excuse for what they did. Clearly, that's what it is. She needs to sit down somewhere. And then DeMichael, who is 24 years old, he has the nerve to be involved in this foolishness. They're talking about the woman stole stuff, but this fool right here himself, he was arrested in 2021 for theft by stolen or receiving stolen property or theft by taking or something. All I know is it had something to do with theft. So you're going to hold somebody captive and accuse them of theft, but you're a whole thief yourself? Pay attention, honey. It's the nefariousness of it all. And then this thug right here, Angelica Figueroa. Well, I mean, we can just look at her and already tell she's nefarious. I mean, her head, her weave looks like a whole chia pet. And so anyway, this is also sad. A 20-year-old black woman, they're sitting up there holding her captive. And then here we have Dawson, who's only 19 years old with his silly looking self. All of them are just a hot mess. Y'all just leave me a comment. Let me know what you all think about this. But pay attention. The neighbor said that she was just so glad that she can now bring her children outside and not have to hear gunshots. And the police have been called there numerous of times, according to the reports. So this is something else. But I'm going to tell y'all something. I tell you all the time about, you know, how some people don't want to get involved in the community as far as helping to protect themselves and others in the community because they say they don't want to snitch. Well, if it had not been for the neighbor who said something to the police, who called the police and told them about it at the gas station, this story, it's no telling when this would have come out. It's no telling how long this poor woman would have been held captive in a dog cage with feces of not only her own, but animals as well. This is all so disgusting. So do you all realize how important it is to say something? Because you're not snitching. You're a concerned citizen. You're only snitching if you're a criminal yourself out here committing crimes and being lawless, committing acts of lawlessness. And then you're trying to tell on someone else to get your own self a shorter sentence or whatever, or to get yourself immunity. That's a snitch. Concerned citizens have every right to report these things, and you could save someone's life. That's why it's very important that you speak up and say something when you know things are going on. This man, if it had not been for him, shout out to him, whoever he is. Shout out to him for being bold enough to say something, because this woman could have been there until she passed away. They probably weren't even feeding her on a regular basis. Also crazy. But anyway, please drop me a comment and let me know what you think about this story. And I will talk to you all again soon. Peace.